listen once and you'll never be the same. There, Uri and Tyler, and they're here to entertain. It's the Bantam Boys podcast with Uri and Tyler. Yeah.
So if you're going to buy a boat.
Yeah.
If you're going to buy a boat.
Pontoon.
Pontoon?
Pontoon.
Is it just because you like to say pontoon?
No, because, you know, we used to have an annual tradition in my family.
Oh, yeah?
Once every summer, we would rent a pontoon on Lake Winnipesaukee.
Oh.
And
it's a good lake.
Yeah, it's a great lake. It's in New Hampshire. And we did it a couple years ago, and a pontoon is ideal for a chill day out on the lake.
Oh, yeah.
Because what a pontoon is, for those just joining us, it's basically a living room that floats.
Yeah.
It's just a big, flat kind of rectangle. Imagine there's a flat rectangle with like a banister that's on two barrels, and the two barrels let it float, and then you strap an engine to the back.
Yeah, yeah. Just imagine one of those little, like a children's ball pit that you'd blow up, like a little inflatable pool, but it's on the water.
Yes, exactly. It's like an above-ground pool on the water.
It's the above-ground pool of the boating community.
And if what you want to do is just chill on the lake and have some sandwiches, it's ideal. What about you? What kind of boat are you getting?
What kind of boat am I getting? I'm getting I'm getting a submarine.
Okay, good answer.
Getting a
what are you
US
gonna do with
Navy.
it?
Oh, dude, I'm getting my sub. I'm going through a series of canals to get it into Lake Michigan. So I'm in my submarine in Lake Michigan. So every now and then I just pop up and I just fire a water balloon at some Midwestern family trying to enjoy the beach, and then I just sink right back down. I think I'm gonna just be launching attacks against the Midwest from my submarine,
nuclear submarine
in Lake Michigan.
You know they have a special kind of ship that's built for the Great Lakes.
Yeah, what is it?
I forget what they're called, but they're a special kind of cargo ship that are because the Great Lakes can be very treacherous.
Oh yeah, beautiful to swim in though.
I'm going to take your word for it. I've never been.
Yeah, they have these beautiful beaches in Chicago, surprisingly.
Would you describe them as as really, really good?
Yeah.
Would you say that they're great?
Great beaches?
Oh, well, the lake. Is it?
Oh, they are great. It is a great lake.
Yeah.
You know what a ship I would like?
Yeah.
It's a ship that can fight through all of life's challenges.
A relationship?
I was going to say a friendship, but
well, you're not going to find that here, Tyler.
What are we going to find? The beginning of a podcast?
No, this podcast. We're just going to find we're going to be co-hosts, not friends.
This is a professional relationship.
Yeah. What we're doing here is very serious. Welcome, by the way. This is the Bantam Boys. I'm Uri.
I'm Tyler.
He's the Alpha.
He's the Charlie.
And what about this for a boat? What if you got a barge?
A barge? Just a giant ass barge?
Yeah.
Just hanging out on the barge. So am I loading it up with crates?
You can do whatever you want with your barge.
I'm gonna get a bunch of crates, and each one is going to have one ingredient, and it's gonna be a cooking show barge. And you have to go into each crate to get your ingredients.
It's like you bring on Guy Fieri to do a contest.
I'm kidnapping all the greatest chefs, and I'm making them do a cooking contest on the barge.
Who are you kidnapping? Who are you taking?
I'm taking Guy Fieri.
Okay.
I'm taking
Fieri. I forgot we're supposed to say that now.
Yeah.
When did that happen? We used to call him Guy Fieri, and then all of a sudden everybody say Guy Fieri.
You shouldn't actually say it like that.
Guy Fieri.
What voice are you doing?
That's how people say it.
It's Guy Fieri.
Fieri.
Guy Fieri.
That's what people fucking say. And they'll say in the middle of it, says so I was watching TV the other day, and I saw this show with Guy Fieri.
Hey, there's no wrong time to start pronouncing someone's name correctly. I think he did enough shows where America decided, you know, you've done enough for us. We'll recognize your pronunciation.
I'm gonna do a cooking competition, but it's only disgraced
disgraced chefs.
It's gonna be Paula Deen, Mario Batali, Martha Stewart.
It's gonna be called Bastard Chef.
Yeah. That's actually not a bad idea. If you got Paula Deen, who had racism allegations, not allegations, but she was she did racist stuff, and then Mario Batali, who had Me Too allegations.
Yeah.
And then Martha Stewart, who was convicted of insider trading.
Yeah.
Is there anybody else?
I mean, if I know anything about the cooking world, there's plenty of shitty chefs.
There's plenty of chefs that are sexually harassing, but I don't want a chef sexually harassing who like is the head chef at like a bar in Brighton, Massachusetts. I want a sexual harasser who's famous.
No, you know what? No, you see, what I'm thinking is it starts off, it's like a regular cooking show, and they go through it, and then the final dish comes up, and they go in to like bring it to the judges, but the judge is Chris Hansen, and he's revealing the bad things that chef was doing.
Let's have a seat.
Yeah, it's a crash interview.
Oh, here's a famous chef, Jason Simpson, the son of O.J. Simpson.
I didn't know
and
he was
suspected actual killer of Nicole Brown Simpson and Ron Golden.
Do you think he cooked him up?
Cooked
Nicole Brown Simpson up?
I think he sliced her with his chef's knife. Yeah,
he hibachied.
I mean, I do.
He made a little onion volcano and.
Oh God! There was certainly a spout. There was some spouting action going on.
Some spouting.
You started it.
We got some real spout. I didn't say spouting. You said spouting.
This poor woman. It was 30 years ago. At this point. So
yeah.
Is it still sad?
Yeah. Yeah, but she might be terrible now if she lived.
If she had lived, yeah. Today we're discussing the reason we're talking about kinds of boats. We're discussing powerboat racing.
Yeah.
Now, what's the difference between a catamaran and a pontoon?
About $1,500.
Come on. Tell me what the difference is. Because a catamaran also has two flotation devices under.
I think the difference is in the speed and platform.
Okay, because a pontoon means that it's flat. And the things are barrels, as where a catamaran, each one of the two floaty devices on each side is a V unto itself.
Yes.
And the boat, because most of the boats that I saw racing were catamaran style.
Yeah, they had the two and they had the big fin at the back and
and they kind of looked like NASCARs. They were covered. It wasn't. I was surprised by that.
Yeah, it's intense racing. I mean, they're going pretty fast.
It rules.
Oh yeah, it rules. A lot of it does kind of feel like, all right, they're just kind of driving a boat straight for a long time, but
when they bank the turns.
The banks are the best.
And apparently, back in the day, and by the way, powerboat racing started in 1903 and 1904. Yeah. Basically, as soon as motorboats were created, they started racing them.
Yeah.
And they used to be these long races where you needed a navigator, and it was like a long. And now they race on basically short tracks that you do laps of.
Yeah, it's all pretty much in Florida, from what I gathered.
Oh, really?
Yeah, at least all the ones I saw were in Key West.
Okay, well that's the thing though, because were you looking at offshore or inshore?
Offshore.
Because there's also inshore, which is a little different.
Yeah, that helps you poop.
Inshore, yeah. Inshore is a good source of protein.
Oh, yeah. This, of course, is brought to you by Power Milk.
Hustle Milk.
Hustle Milk, not Power Milk.
What if we put a shot of 5-hour energy in a bottle of Insure?
What if we put a Red Bull in some Metamucil? What if we had some really, really hyped up shits?
Honestly, that's not bad.
That's not a bad idea.
Should we just try pouring 5-hour energy into different shit?
We can't just start taking beverages and be like, what if we just put a bunch of taurine and caffeine into the? I mean, maybe we can. Maybe put that into some codfish oil, some caffeinated codfish oil.
You're gonna make me hungry. Cut it out.
Oh yeah, that making you unsatiated.
I'm getting an appetite.
You're getting an appetite.
Well, I miss Hustle Milk. We didn't have any Hustle Milk today. I am dragging ass today, man. We should have had some Hustle Milk.
Oh man, yeah. It doesn't help that we ate right before this.
We should stock up on Hustle Milk.
We should stock up before the tariffs hit. Before we can't get access because of the tariffs. They're gonna break down the supply chains, and we need to make sure that we're prepared. Got to go to Costco. Got to get some barrels of Yoo-Hoo and some other barrels of 5-hour energy.
Yoo-Hoo by the barrel.
Yoo-Hoo by the
now
barrel.
We're talking.
I always go get barrels of stuff at Costco. That's I do that for lube.
Now, what's the difference between a barrel and a drum?
I think I don't know if there's a difference. I think a drum is a specific unit of measurement.
Okay. But also, a drum is metal. I think a barrel can be wood.
Barrels can be wood. They originally were.
But a drum cannot be wood.
No. Unless it's like a bongo.
And they still use wooden barrels in like wine preparation.
Yeah, but I think at this point it's more for tradition and flavor.
For flavor, yeah. Wood adds flavor to stuff.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Wood also has some flavor, if you know what I'm saying. Some of you listeners might like the taste of wood.
Cedar. Palm olive.
Is that what your cock tastes like? Palm olive?
Yeah. I had a terrible accident as a child, and my body is mostly palm tree reeds and fronds. It's a terrible mixture.
You know, good for you.
Thank you. I worked very hard for this gross tree body. And every day I'd go out into the woods and I'd hurt myself a little bit, and then I would just stuff tree leaves and twigs into my body.
Did you used to smoke dried leaves when you were a child?
No, I needed to protect my lungs to get a scholarship.
Oh, you were an athlete?
I was a great athlete.
See, I used to be really embarrassed about this. When we were children, we thought weed was cool, but we were like 10, so we obviously didn't have weed.
Yeah.
And we would roll dried leaves up in other leaves and smoke them like cigarettes.
Did it work?
I mean, we got smoke into our lungs. It didn't get us high or anything.
No, I mean, yeah.
But I was really embarrassed about this, and then I realized, like, this is actually very normal. Like, a lot of children have been doing this for like hundreds of years.
Yeah, I mean, it's the same process as smoking weed.
Yeah, or like, one of us would steal a cigarette from our mom and pass it around like a joint,
Yeah, everyone gets a little bit of a cigarette.
Yeah,
everyone.
So it was. We were 11.
Everyone shares the coolness of smoking a cigarette.
We thought it was really cool.
I mean,
children need to go out into the woods and make mistakes.
Children, no, I think they just need to smoke.
We need to get children.
That's why our math scores are lagging behind Europe and Asia, as our kids aren't smoking.
I mean, you ever go to another country and see a 9-year-old smoking? It rocks.
Yeah. And you know what? I also see when that 9-year-old is smoking, an A on their math test. If you smoke, it makes you better at math.
I don't know about that.
Every person I've ever met who's good at math has smoked.
Really?
Yes.
I'm good at math.
Yeah. And I see you smoking every day.
I smoke every now and then.
Yeah.
I haven't smoked weed, though, in almost a year and a half.
Yeah, and that's why you're not good at kayaking anymore. You smoke cigarettes to get good at math, and you smoke weed to get good at kayaking.
Kayaking?
Everything you smoke goes to a different skill.
Now, can you kayak in a catamaran?
Well, kayak is a specific boat.
It's a specific type of vessel?
Yeah.
Well, there's a few different classes of boat in motorboat racing.
Yeah.
They basically there's the extreme class and the class 1. Those are the big ones. the main ones, it's what they have in common is it's a catamaran with 2 inboard engines.
Yeah.
And a canopy. And then the different classes, just like how long the boat is and how big the engine is.
Yeah.
And they're called super stock, super cat, class 1. The extreme class can be catamaran or a V hull and can have up to 3 engines, I think.
Do you ever get annoyed when a company or like a sport or something doesn't have a sensical tier system? Like, oh yeah, this is extreme class and this is class 1.
Oh, you mean
it's not a natural,
as opposed to like
1 and a 2 or
F1,
like
F2, F3 kind of thing. Well, they also have. It's not. It's. I didn't know how adjacent this is, but there is like a Formula 1. They call it F1 H2O, which is. I'm not making that up. That's what
I know you. I know you're not making it up.
It's called F1 H2O. The United Arab Emirates are nasty at it. Apparently, the United Arab Emirates are dope at motorboating, which I didn't know they motorboated over there. I thought they kept things clean, honestly.
Yeah, it's real hard. That's how they got so good. There's so much more resistance.
We're going to talk about this, and in all of the like Wikipedia pages or whatever you read for this, the word motorboating is all over the place.
Yeah.
So let's talk tits.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. What do you like to do when you get in there?
When I get in there,
when you get a pair of tits in your face,
I like to set up a base camp. I like to explore the area.
Okay, let me ask you this. You prefer digging your nose in between them and shaking like a classic motorboat? And when you do it, do you make the sound? You go.
You can't make the sound. You can't. You can never make.
Agreed. Or do you like sucking on the nipples like a little? Is that?
You also can't make that. You can do it, but you can't make any of the sounds. You can go.
Do you go?
Do you like that?
That's what I do. As soon as I see the titties, I go yumma dum dum.
Yumma dum dum.
And then I start.
What are you, the grossest Fred Flintstone?
And then what I do, instead of sucking them, I actually make sure my face is like a good inch away from them and go just tongue. Just tongue them from a distance.
Ugh. God, you're like, I want to have as little contact as possible.
And meanwhile, I'm on one titty, I'm tonguing it, and I got a death grip on that thing. Just an absolute, just like a claw.
Oh, like a vice?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
And then with the other titty, I'm slapping. And I'm tonguing, death grip, slapping. The ladies love it. Ladies love that.
There are police banging on the door. People don't know. People from the apartment next door don't know what's happening.
They're going to arrest me for being too good at sex.
Sir, you need to stop. You're making us all look bad. Fuck. My wife's going to leave me if you don't stop being so good at sex.
Yeah.
And you're just vice gripping harder and harder. Making imprints.
So what do you do when you get your face full of titties? What do you like? What's going on?
What do I told you I set up base camp.
No, come on.
I go exploring.
Come on. Let's talk about tits.
Well, you got to survey. You got to see what you got.
Oh, so you like to take your time with the titties?
Yeah. You gotta. I get out my phrenology calipers and do my measurements. I take the statistics. You
got to see what cup you're dealing with.
Oh, yeah.
Have you ever seen, not seen, have you ever encountered fake tits, silicone tits?
Not that I'm aware of.
Oh, you'd be aware.
Then I have not.
Okay, good.
Have you?
Yes, yes I have.
How'd it go?
I mean, I don't want to disparage anybody who might have been so kind as to let me feel their tits. I will say they're more for show.
Okay.
They're more for show than for
than for
activity. Yeah. And I also think that the owners of the tits seem to get less sexual stimulation from fake tits versus real tits.
Have you considered that's because you didn't properly establish a base camp?
Oh, I made myself at home. Okay.
I set up shop.
Yeah. Come on.
I stake a claim. Homesteading.
So, in conclusion, no, actually, no, not in
no,
conclusion.
we're not done.
No, we're talking about motorboating today. It's literally what we're talking about. I could talk tits for hours. Okay?
I know you can. I've been to your lectures.
I think this would be
been to your lecture series at the City University of New York.
This is an interesting survey question for. I would ask mostly straight men. I would also ask this of gay women, although I have. Yeah, I would ask it of anybody who likes chicks. Would you rather big fake tits or small real tits? That's interesting. I feel
that is interesting. I think the you go small real.
I'm going one each.
One each.
Yeah.
You have a left or right preference?
Yeah, I get the real one on the left because that's the one that I like to bite on the nipple, and then I'm slapping the one on the right. That's yeah, fake tits. From what I can tell,
you especially want the asynchronous, the ability.
yeah. From what I can tell, fake tits have like no sensation, so you can just like absolutely beat the shit out of them.
From what I can tell, this person's just grimacing as you're speed bagging.
Speed bagging.
Jesus Christ. God, you Kiss your mother with that mouth?
No. Who kisses their mother?
I kiss your mother.
Oh. I walked right into that one, dude.
Yeah, that was this whole podcast was a setup.
It was a big your mama joke. And now we're done. Now the podcast is
just
over.
Cuts. Oh man. Yeah, no, I do appreciate them. I don't know. I don't want to sell my trade secrets.
Okay. That's fair. That's
but
fair.
let's say if you ever make a fire, you ever make a fire? That's my strategy.
Isn't is that an old street joke about male masturbation?
I don't know. I mean, probably.
That's a joke from like 4th grade.
From fourth, probably. Yeah. Which 4th grader was telling you that? Was it Jimmy?
So what's your variant for offshore power boating?
Oh,
Offshore powerboat racing.
It's called offshore power bottoming.
Okay. What are the rules?
The rules, first off, you gotta get offshore.
Yeah. You gotta get in a catamaran.
Yeah, in a catamaran. Second off, you gotta take control.
Take control from the bottom.
Yeah. You gotta take control from the base. Base to tip. You want to get risk control? You want to get risk control.
Oh, God.
And it's about distance, and it's about inches.
That's pretty good. How do you win?
I like to think everyone wins.
Everyone does win with offshore power bottoming.
Everyone has a great time. The fans love it.
That's really fun. Have you ever encountered a power bottom in the wild?
In the wild? Like in the woods? Like I'm hiking? I have friends who are power bottoms.
You do? They identify as such?
Yeah. Yeah, usually they're screaming at me. I am a power bottom and you will respect me.
I don't think I ever had sex with a power bottom.
No.
What is it? Is it just like you're fucking them and
they have a very powerful bottom?
They're taking charge from the bottom? Is that the idea?
Yeah, I think that's the general concept. I'm not a dictionary man. I can't give you the exact definitions. I'm sure everyone's is a little different.
Anytime I topped, I was in charge.
Yeah.
That was the whole thing. That was the whole point.
Mm-hmm.
That's very interesting.
Yeah.
My variant
yeah.
is, of course, arena powerboat.
Arena powerboating.
Yeah.
Like the old Roman Colosseum, fill it up with water.
No. Kiddie pool.
Kiddie pool.
It's a kiddie pool. And you're just...
The boat's the size of the pool.
Yeah, you're basically just turning. It's a race of who can turn more.
It's a race of how you can get out of a parking spot, basically.
Yeah, which is really hard to do in a boat.
It is very hard to get up a parking spot in a boat. Oh, can I add that on to my variant? It's a new version of the game where the race starts when you're backing the boat in. You know how hard it is to back a boat into the water when you're driving it?
Okay, you start the race like that, and then you gotta both come, I guess?
Yeah, that's...
Okay.
Yeah, that's how you finish every race.
By coming?
Yeah. And the loser has to eat the other's boat.
Oh, nice.
Did you look up any great powerboat racers?
Oh yeah, I can do a player profile. I've got one. His name is Arif Saif Al Zafin.
Ooh.
He won the Class 1 championship for 6 years in a row as part of the UAE's victory team.
Oh.
Well,
of course, he wasn't. The UAE's loser team hasn't won anything.
Yeah, they're a fucking defeat team. No, so I basically
they just have a Washington Generals team that they put out.
That's pretty funny, dude. Have we talked about the Harlem Globetrotters before?
We haven't. They're a great team. I love them. I love everything about their history.
Favorite
Harlem Globetrotter?
The girl,
Henry Kissinger.
No way.
Yeah.
That's not.
He was
fair.
the first honorary Harlem Globetrotter.
Oh, honorary.
Yeah, well, he got out there and balled.
Could he spin the thing on his finger?
Yeah, he had this finishing move. It was called the Ho Chi Minh Trail.
Oh, Henry Kissinger,
you've
been a bad boy.
He
Mr.
had this
Kissinger.
play called plausible deniability. It's where he committed a foul, but the ref didn't see.
That does happen a lot in the Harlem. Dude, have you been to a Harlem Globetrotters game?
Oh yeah, dude, it's a great time.
I went with my brother.
I think you told me you were old when you went, right?
I did not even know it was a child's activity. And so we went, and it was really fun and ridiculous. And I knew it was going to be a silly, goofy thing to do, and we could get a meal after or whatever. But I didn't realize it was going to be all children and then us. But it made me want to come back wearing a Washington Generals jersey so that we could give the other children the illusion that there are opposing team fans, and we could complain about the refs and be like,
what are they doing?
We're having such a bad season.
They're not even dribbling. They're just, you can't run a football play. That's a backcourt violation.
Yeah, complain about fouls.
My favorite part in Harlem Globetrotters games is that sometimes they just do regular basketball for a little bit. Like, they'll do all the goofy stuff, and they're like, all right, we'll do like a couple of back and forth points just to give the crowd a break.
I sort of remember that.
Yeah,
but what I remember, though, is the resting kind of neutral formation they run.
Oh, yeah.
Is that kind of thing where they're continually passing the ball while running in circles.
Yeah, yeah.
That, to me, was sort of okay, this is sort of where we start from, and then we figure out where to go from here.
Yeah. It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, they got the 4-point line.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They toured the Soviet Union back in the day.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it was great.
With Henry Kissinger?
He did not. It was before Henry Kissinger. This was like the early 60s. And apparently the first game they did in the Soviet Union, the Soviet crowd either wasn't told or just didn't get it. So they just did all of it to silence.
Wow.
People were just watching like, this isn't basketball. What's going on?
They were just confused.
Oh, yeah.
Sort of like me and my brother who showed up and was like, oh.
You thought it was a regular game?
I thought it was a fun, silly thing to do. I did not. Same thing. I went to Blue Man Group. And
that's a fun, silly thing to do.
Yeah, it was a fun show, but it was also all kids.
Yeah,
it was older kids than the
advertising.
The Harlem Globetrotter was like children.
Oh yeah,
Blue Man Group was a lot of like groups of teens with their parents and stuff like that.
Did you sit in the splash zone?
We did not get splashed.
I got splashed at Blue Man Group
after the show.
Yeah. I got painted blue.
Yeah,
if you will.
Yeah. Oh, that's definitely a gag. The Blue
I did gag.
The Blue Man Group guys come blue. That's definitely. That's funny. It's not. That's not the first time it's been said.
No, definitely not.
No.
But also, why would they? We don't come our skin tone.
Yeah, but we're not blue.
So that makes it different.
Some people come their skin tone.
Do they?
Yeah. Albinos.
Just exact. They can't figure out how to clean.
Oh, dude, imagine a guy walking around with skin is just cum colored.
Oh God.
Just milky.
Just milky. Is that Milky Mike again? Yeah. You don't want to touch him.
Milky Mike.
Milky Mike is a gross boy.
Oh,
he's always a little crusty. That Milky Mike. Why did his parents name him Milky? We don't know.
I think we know.
It's not Mike is the nickname. He was named Milky, and then someone said, you kind of look like a Mike.
Oh, God.
I like the idea of a parent giving a child a nickname for their name. Oh, man.
This might be too far for me.
Yeah? This is too far for you.
A guy named Milky Mike.
You can't have Milky Mike.
What kind of candy bars does he like?
Three Musketeers.
Okay.
He liked that the cookies and cream Hershey bars.
But you couldn't see him eating it. You were like, you couldn't see him.
It's like a polar bear in a snowstorm, you know?
You could see him, cum, and a cookies and cream bar, and it all blends together.
Yeah. It makes a cosmic gumbo.
Gumbo.
You
ever had gumbo?
I have had gumbo.
Love gumbo.
It's great. I tell you my special.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no, hold on. There was one thing about Arif Saif Al Safin. We got distracted. So, basically, this used to be a sport for basically Americans and British.
Yeah.
And like a few other European countries. But then the UAE, which has a ton of oil money, started getting nasty at it. And this guy, I did see, I couldn't get much about him because he's from another country that's not an English-speaking country. But I saw an interview with him, and he was talking in Arabic. And I just listened to 45 seconds of him talking Arabic. And I don't know exactly what he said, but I can tell you that Jay Price commented, "I agree."
What is this?
I thought it was funny when the guy. It's just 30 seconds of a guy talking Arabic, and then one guy goes, "I agree." Thought it was a good
just
gag.
in English.
Yeah,
I mean, maybe he understood.
I don't. I don't think so.
Was there no subtitles?
No.
Oh,
It was just a bunch of Arabic, and then I agree. All right, now your turn. Now that bombed.
mine is Don Aronow.
Okay.
He's from the 80s. He's American. He would build his own boats.
Oh, that's sick.
He had boats. They had Formula, Donzi, Magnum Mary, and Cigarette were the names of his boats.
Dude, this guy rules.
He was crushing it in the 80s. Was hung out with a lot of very powerful politicians and rock stars and people like that.
What's this guy's name?
Don Aronow.
How do you spell that?
Aronow.
Aronow. Aronow. Okay. This guy rules.
Oh yeah, he was moderately, because this was all like Florida and Miami, so he was moderately involved in drug running and stuff like that.
Oh,
And
dude, he probably ran drugs in his boats.
Oh, I think most of them did, based on the article I read.
Okay. Most of the racers were criminals?
Yeah. Or at least had connections, because it was Miami in the 80s.
Yeah.
And he was killed in a drive-by shooting by another powerboat racer.
Whoa.
Who showed up and just shot him. He was killed by Bobby Young. And this other powerboat racer, Ben Kramer, who was already serving a life sentence in jail, was connected to the murder.
So, what do they think the murder was about? Was it about the drugs?
I think it was either about the drugs or the powerboat racing. Probably a combination of those
There
two.
was probably a lot of gambling going on with the powerboat racing.
A lot of gambling.
Wow, dude. That actually is a whole nother fucking side, dude. The 80s powerboat racing scene in Florida sounds like
Oh, yeah. It was
craziness.
It's just Miami Vice real life.
Yeah.
It's just speedboats and drugs and people shooting each other.
Wow, man. The guy's boat was called Cigarette.
Yeah.
What was the other one? Muscly Mary or something?
Magnum Mary.
Magnum Mary?
Yeah.
Nice, dude.
Yeah, I knew someone named Magnum Mary once.
Did she have a big cock?
The gentleman never sucks and tells.
That's not true at all. we suck and tell. This whole podcast is just talking about
On
stuff
this podcast,
sucked.
we guarantee that we suck and tell.
I will tell you every single dick I've sucked.
In chronological order.
I could do it. It would only take about 8 minutes. I could catalog all of
Is
them.
this just the names, or is it just because you have to describe each one?
I don't know the fucking names. I'll just tell you what the experiences
I'll
were.
just tell you the names I gave them.
Yeah.
Drippy, Streaky.
I could tell you their screen names. Come on.
I'm trying to think of some good screen names of dudes you'd hang out with.
They weren't dudes. One of them was a dude.
Squirrely Dan.
I sucked off Squirrely Dan.
from Letterkenny.
Oh, okay, that's pretty good.
I was just gonna say a name, and then that came out, and I realized, oh, that's from a TV show.
Yeah. No, I was sucking women's dicks.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you can do that now. It's fucking it fucking rocks.
That's great.
Yeah, it's crazy, dude.
we call that the Uri Twofer.
Yeah, it's perfect. I got everything I've ever wanted.
I dreamed a dream.
I apologize to Tyler's family. I know you guys listen. I know
They listen to every minute of this.
Do they?
No, I think my uncle does, and then he'll just disseminate it through the rest of the family.
All right. What's up, Tyler's uncle? Does your uncle have a dirty sense of humor? Is he a dirty?
Don't ask me if he's a dirty uncle. I don't want to know that. I don't want to reveal that.
Well, Tyler's uncle, write in, comment on the YouTube,
comment, and subscribe if you're a dirty boy.
You're a dirty uncle. I don't know. One day I'm gonna beat you, and it's gonna be weird because of this riff. I'm making it weird right now, but I'm curious.
Yeah. I mean, we'll see how it lands with them. We'll see what they discover about me.
Sure. And discover about me and the cocks I've had in my mouth.
Yes. That's my favorite book.
The cocks in my mouth.
The cocks. It's a pop-up book. Whoa!
I bet you like Robert Crumb or something made a pop-up like dirty book.
A dirty pop-up book.
Yeah. That's an interesting art piece because it's like pornographic but for children. So,
it doesn't have to be for children. It actually shouldn't be for children.
It's not for children. It's a it's a medium that normally is for kids.
Yeah.
But you're putting pornography in it, or at the very least explicit sexual imagery, which makes it not for children, but it's a medium for children. It would be like putting tequila in a sippy cup.
I think we should have more pop-up stuff for adults.
Yeah.
Why is that just for children? Why can't adults have pop-up books?
I agree.
Why can't I read A Tale of Two Cities and the cities pop up? Or why can't I read House of Leaves and then just it keeps popping up?
Yeah, I was reading a People's History of the United States.
And Howard Zinn's face will just pop up.
No, I was actually thinking Martin Luther King Jr. when he's giving the speech at the National Mall.
Huh?
if he popped up and I could see
got the
him
little
giving the
tab.
speech.
You can make his mouth move.
Oh, that would be interesting if you're reading a World War II history book and you can get him to do the Elon Musk gesture.
It's got JFK and you can pull the tab to have his brains fly out the back of his head. Whoa! This is terrible.
That was pretty good. I can't post a clip of that because I said Martin Luther King Jr., but everything else was fun. I mean, it was fun. Within context, it was fun, but you just,
Can we just post a clip of you saying Martin Luther King Jr., but with no other context around it?
Hey, I'm a big fan.
So am I.
Good.
What do you think about Martin Luther, though?
The Protestant reformer?
Yeah.
Interesting. I think he had the right idea.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I don't agree with the Calvinists, though.
No. Do you have a favorite theses of his 96 theses?
Yeah.
Yeah?
The one about, whatchamacallem?
Bros before hoes?
Yeah. I'm more to Martin Luther's 96 feces.
96 feces? That was where he took a bunch of dumps and put them on the church's door.
Took a dump on the doorstep.
It's a much lesser known aspect of history. When he squeezed off 96 loaves.
It took him almost half a year to do this. It took him the whole spring.
It was a whole quarter, a fiscal quarter of poops.
Yeah. And he kept coming back, and they tried to keep him out, but he just couldn't be stopped.
Well, he did that thing where, like, if you're about to poop, no one, like, because if you, like, hey, I need to use your bathroom, like, a place will be like, no, it's for customers only, or you can't use our bathroom. But if you go in looking like you're just about to shit, they'll let you use the bathroom because they know if they don't, they're cleaning it up.
Oh, well, does that work?
It's worked for me.
I just use my white privilege, and I just walk in and go to the bathroom, and nobody stops me.
No, I need permission to go.
At home too.
Yeah, I always ask my roommates. Can you ring the bell so that I'm allowed to dump?
I have been thinking.
I can't dump unless you say I can dump.
I'm not doing more poop talk this episode. I'm pretty sure the last episode was mostly about poop, so I'm laying off.
You ever have to give yourself an assist and like press in on your stomach?
I've done it all.
You've done all the tips and tricks. You use the squatty potty.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah, it doesn't.
I don't think it makes that much of a difference.
No.
What's your strategy for winning motorboat racing?
Strategy for winning motorboat racing is I'm making a small airplane that looks like a boat.
Ooh, interesting.
So it goes right over the water. You could barely tell. It's just like kind of right over, skimming.
That's a lot like, there's a lot of variations on powerboat racing. One of them is called hydroplane racing, and that's kind of what it is.
Okay.
A hydroplane is a kind of boat, from my understanding, the way it floats is not the way a catamaran floats, but rather the shape of the boat like traps an air bubble underneath it and that keeps the boat afloat.
Ah, interesting.
That's my understanding. They're smaller kind of machines. There's a lot of variations. Also a Japanese one called Kyote. There's drag boat racing. There's outboard boat racing, which uses outboard engines. But my variant...
Yeah.
No, I already said my variant is arena motorboat racing.
Strategy.
My strategy is that I get a buddy of mine in a submarine.
Yeah, I'm in my submarine.
Yes, you come in your submarine while I'm racing. You torpedo the opponents.
It's just murder.
Just
murder
yes.
most foul.
It is. It's sort of like Tanya Harding, except with torpedoes. And so you're gonna torpedo all my opponents, and they're gonna die, and then I'll win, and then I'll get murdered in a drive-by shooting in Miami, Florida.
Have you ever read that book about that guy who was killed while he was on the toilet? It's called Murder Most Bowel.
All right. I like that. What is murder most foul?
It's like a murder that happens when you've broken a rule on a basketball court.
Okay. I think
it's a specific book.
I thought it was when you murder like a quail,
like a fowl, like a bird.
Yeah. But there's also a book about a guy who murders people while wearing a large hood. It's a big hood that goes all the way, like, big over the eyes.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's called a murdermost cowl.
Ah. I thought that was about that guy who hosted American Idol.
He's Cowell.
Simon Cowell.
Simon Cowell. Oh, that's the twist. Don't give away the twist.
I'm just sorry. Sometimes you got to give away a twist.
But I like the sequel better. The one about the murderer who has a lot of neck fat.
Murdermost jowl.
Yeah.
You hear about the one at the spelling bee?
Murdermost vowel.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
The prequel. Yeah.
I think this is our
use
new...
it. Use it in a sentence.
Use it in a sentence.
Yeah. There was also my favorite one though is the new one about the person who murders somebody while drying off after a shower.
Murder most drip dry.
Nice. We call that a misdirect for the listener. Okay, well, that was a fun little riff. That was good. I'm glad we did that.
Oh God,
we've done a lot. We've recorded a lot here. What other segments do we have to do? We did variants.
We got heroes of the game.
We did that. We did strategies. I think. Are there any other stories about powerboating that you'd like to share? Any other things that you know about?
You ever go tubing?
I have gone tubing. Yeah,
it's pretty cool. Anyway, you ever go tubing with someone who gets a little too into being in the boat and throwing people off the tubes?
Well,
have you been the guy on the boat? Actually, that's my variant of powerboat racing. Is that you have like 4 people on a banana boat tied to the back, and you have to finish the race with all of them still on the boat.
There's definitely water ski races.
Yeah, but this is tubing.
So well, I got another powerboat story.
Yeah.
This powerboat story did not happen here in America. It did not happen out in the open waters. No. This happened in the rivers of Vietnam.
Yeah.
It's a powerboater named John Kerry.
John Kerry.
John Kerry was doing powerboat racing
up the River Kwai.
On the rivers of Vietnam. And he did that for several years in service of the U.S. government. But then there's a twist. Never happened.
Never happened.
He lied about it.
He lied about driving.
He made it up. Yeah.
Didn't he get a Purple Heart?
Yeah, you don't remember Swift Boat Veterans for Truth?
Oh, God,
yeah. I was trying to riff off of 2004 election cycle.
You didn't go with Howard Dean?
Well, no, because John Kerry was the Swift Boat. I was trying to do the Untold Stories segment. That was my Untold Stories. And
I'm smelling what you're stepping.
Gonna go into a John Kerry riff. We're showing you everything behind the scenes here.
Yeah,
I need
to
to
take
very
a shit. Behind the scenes episode.
Yeah,
dude, content. Let's go.
What? That I need to take a shit?
No. So we're gonna cut, and you're just gonna hear the audio. We're going to put the microphone in the bathroom, and you're just going to lay waste.
Or I can just walk into any restaurant. That would be an interesting man on the street thing, is see which restaurant will let you take a shit there.
It's just a series called Can I Poop Here?
Dude,
And if they say no, you shit your pants right in front of them.
dude, that might actually get popular.
That you'd just be a menace. People would be tackling you on the streets.
No,
as
no,
soon as you
no.
got popular, someone would be like, "This guy needs to be arrested."
Okay, but take out the shit.
It's not illegal to shit in your pants.
It might
You
be.
can't stop me from shitting in my own pants. You can do it anywhere.
It might be illegal, and they might be able to kick you out for it.
It's not illegal to shit your pants. I guarantee.
For an adult?
For an
In
check my ID?
establishment? No, I think you can get kicked out for having
Oh, they can
shitty
kick you
pants.
out. They can trespass you, but they can't arrest you for shitting your pants. They can arrest you for trespassing because you won't leave after you shit your pants at a Walgreens.
I'm going to look into this. Is it illegal to shit your pants?
It's not. It can't be illegal to shit your pants. It's
can.
frowned upon.
It's a safety hazard.
It's not. It's not. It's in your pants.
Not forever.
Not forever. Of course, nothing lasts forever.
Have you shit your pants as an adult?
Have I shit my pants as an adult?
Night's still young.
Night's still young. We can get this going. I feel like I might have done it while sick.
Oh, that's no fun.
Yeah, when you're like sick and then you cough, and you're like, well, there it goes.
I don't know what you're talking about. No, but that sounds.
You've never had a cough shart.
No, I sharted when I was 17. That was my last incident, which is almost half my lifetime ago.
Shit, it's time.
My 34th birthday. I'm going to text my friends. It's now half a lifetime ago that I farted.
We're gonna count it down to midnight.
Yeah.
And you're just gonna stand in the middle of Times Square.
That's a really funny text. I might write a reminder in my calendar for that day. For my 34th birthday, I might say group text my buddies and tell them it's been half a lifetime since I shit my pants.
It's time to bring that days counter back to 0.
Well, what's your powerboat racing team name?
The Tub Buddies.
That's pretty
The
good.
Tub Buddies. Yeah, we all get in the tub together. That's where we drive our powerboats in a bathtub.
That's fun. Yeah, we're gonna be called the Subs.
The Subs.
Yeah, submarine racing. Have you ever gone to see the submarine races?
The submarine races? I have not gone to see the submarine races, or I might have, but I just couldn't see them.
Yeah, that's the. This is like an old thing that like you would say to a girl, like, "Hey, let's go watch the submarine races," and it just
You would say that to a girl?
No, it's
to what end?
it's like something you would say about like, "Oh, me and Sally went to watch the submarine races." It just meant you went to park somewhere and make out. It's like
No way that was a saying.
This is an old thing. Yeah,
An old with who?
This is like a 70s thing.
A 70s thing? They
Yeah,
talk about
yeah.
the submarine races?
It's a joke because
Oh,
you
yeah.
can't see anything.
Yeah, me and Mary went to the old submarine races.
This is real. I've heard of this.
Let's just say I used my sonar.
I mean, submarines are pretty cock-shaped.
Oh yeah. You ever been in a submarine?
No, have you?
Like one on land, yeah.
Yeah, I've been through a submarine like converted into a museum, but I've never actually been underwater in a submarine.
A submarine converted into a Denny's.
Have you?
No, but I was hoping.
That would be fun. That would be the biggest waste of a submarine.
The biggest waste of a submarine.
Yeah, have you ever submarine talk. You're getting a submarine sandwich. What's in it?
Oh, dude, getting chicken parm.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good. I'm copying you.
Then I gotta get something different. I'm
Okay.
gonna get a caprese sub.
Oh, I'm copying you again. That's a great choice.
Fuck, man. All right, I'm getting
You want to know a sandwich I made today?
what?
Baba Ganoush.
Ooh, that's my favorite horror movie.
Thanks for watching, everybody. This is the Bantam Boys. I'm Uri Shatil.
I'm Tyler Derniak.
Follow us, 5 stars, blah, blah, blah.
Rate us on Uber. Give us a 5-star rating on Uber.
Venmo, request me $1.
Yeah, Venmo request us $15 for listening to this.
If you're listening right now, my Venmo is at URI-SHATIL. If you Venmo request me $1 and say, I watched your whole episode,
I got was this stinking dollar.
I will fulfill your request. I will give you that $1. So please do that. I'm not even kidding. You can go back 30 seconds, hear the Venmo tag again. Just Venmo request me $1 and say, I watched the whole episode, and you'll get a free $1. Well, who wouldn't do that?
No one wouldn't do that. That's a good deal. That's
we'll find
$1
out.
in your
We'll
pocket.
find out. All right, thanks everybody.
Have a good night.